Learn more boldly. Be bold in using your own understanding. Morality is not a way to make us happy, but to make us worthy of happiness. It is a matter of no doubt that all our knowledge comes by experience. He who makes himself a worm has no right to complain if he is trampled on foot. Everything you do makes a difference. The important thing is to know what difference you want to make. Look closely. Beauty can be very small. Always do what's right, even if the world is going to end. I may not be able to say things I believe to be true, but it's impossible to write what I don't believe to be true. For a society to change, it must first change its mentality. Lying corrupts a person, so to speak. He loses his dignity as a human being. Reading all good books is like having a conversation with the best minds of past centuries. Immaturity is the inability to use the mind without the guidance of another person. All our knowledge begins with the senses, then moves on to understanding, and ends with the mind. There is nothing higher than the mind. Always recognize human beings as ends. Never use them as a means to an end. The bases of happiness are something to do, someone to love, and something to hope for. Science is organized knowledge. Wisdom is organized life. Two things fill my heart with ever-renewed reverence and admiration: the starry sky above me and the moral law within me. Experience without theory is blind, but theory without experience is just intellectual theater. Be patient. Lies don't live long. Truth is a child of time, and soon it will come to your defense. In order to be free, man must follow his reason and keep emotions and instincts under control. Hope, sleep, and laughter are three things that help you endure the hardships of life. In law, a person is guilty when he violates the rights of others. In morality, he is guilty if he is thinking of doing so. Live your life as if all your actions will become a universal law. Do not seek the favor of the public, for it is seldom obtained by honest and lawful means. But ask for the testimony of a few, and do not count the votes, but weigh them. He who is cruel to animals will also be cruel to men. We can judge a man's heart by his treatment of animals. All the interests of my mind, both contemplative and practical, are summed up in the following three questions. What can I know? What should I do? And what can I hope for? A refined person maintains respect for others no matter how bad his or her mood is. Respect is the most beautiful thing a person leaves in the hearts of others. We are not rich in what we have, but in what we can do without it. The greatest human endeavor is knowing what one must do to become human. Even philosophers praise war because it preserves human dignity, forgetting the Greek who said, "War is bad because it generates more evil than it kills." Deceiving people is the greatest sin, no matter what the intention behind it. Everyone thinks about changing the world, but no one thinks about changing themselves. If you feel pain, you are alive. But if you feel the pain of others, you are human. In all the judgments where we describe something as beautiful, we don't allow anyone to have a different opinion. Patience is the strength of the weak, and impatience is the weakness of the strong. A wise man can change his mind, but a fool cannot. Learn from the mistakes of others. You don't live long enough to make all the mistakes yourself. Anger is the punishment we inflict on ourselves for someone else's mistake. With age comes more wisdom and less genius. Act out of a sense of duty to the moral law, rather than being motivated solely by personal inclinations or desires. Make sure that the principles that guide your actions are not contradictory and can be applied consistently. The only thing that can be called good, without any qualifications, is goodwill. Act only in accordance with that rule by which you can at the same time wish to become a universal law. The efficacy of the moral law is invisible to human eyes, but it generates in the human race the power of victory over evil and brings eternal peace to the world. If you still want to have sex after the age of 40, it means you are still young. Metaphysics is a dark ocean with no shore and no lighthouse, littered with philosophical debris. No one can force me to be as happy as I want to be. Each of us can search for happiness in his or her own way, as long as he or she does not forget the freedom and right of others to do the same. I hear from everywhere a voice calling out, don't think. The politician says, don't think, do. The economist says, don't think, pay. And the man of religion says, don't think, believe. Let us know in the comments which wisdom resonated with you the most. And if you like the video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to our channel.